Chapter 122, The Enlightened Shield 3. A human's senses were not that accurate. No wonder Shen Jushuang said that he had to do it at least a few dozen times. However, that was not a problem for Zhu Tui. Zhu Tui immediately entered the illusory introspective state when Shen Jushuang guided him for the second time. Under the illusory introspective state, Shen Jushuang's guidance seemed to have drawn an extremely simple diagram of how his energy field worked. Zhu Tui memorized all of it. After the third round, Shen Jushuang retracted his hand. There was a slight sheen of sweat on his forehead. This kind of guidance was much harder than cultivating his body. This was another important factor that restricted the development of genetic ancient martial arts. Did you note it down? Yes, I did. Shen Jushuang was asking if Zhu Tui had memorized the route to the energy field and the location of his genetic base points. He could take his time after that as long as he got the general location right. Zhu Tui replied that he had memorized it. In actuality, he remembered all of them. Of course, he would not explain this misunderstanding. Old Master Shen was not idle for the next hour or so. He explained the characteristics of the 18 genetic base points to Zhu Tui one by one based on his guidance just now. Search Noon Oval site. During this time, Meng Sixi reported several times. It also gave Zhu Tui confidence. Among the nearly 10,000 students in the venue, the second student to sense the presence of Qi took an hour and a half. He was the number one for Year 1 from the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College, Peter. The third person to find the sensation of Qi took 1 hour and 50 minutes. There were a total of 8 people who managed to find the sensation of Qi within 2.5 hours. These 8 people were all rather talented. According to what had happened just now, they would be examined by Old Master Shen Jushuang himself. If there was an opportunity, he would take them in as his disciple. It was only at this moment that the public lecture finally ended. Shen Jushuang smiled as he bade farewell to Zhu Tui. Then, he went to meet the 8 students who had been waiting for a long time for him. Zhu Tui, you picked up a great deal when I brought you here today. How do you intend to thank me? Luo Murong said on the way out. Zhu Tui became anxious when he heard that. He had already agreed to take over a month's worth of sanitation. If he continued to be tricked by Luo Murong, he would have to take care of all of the sanitation for this semester. Suddenly, Zhu Tui saw a beautiful figure standing beside Luo Murong's repulsion force flying car in the parking lot. He quickly turned a corner. Murong, I'll be taking a taxi home soon. I won't be taking your car, Zhu Tui proactively said. Luo Murong froze. He glanced at his car and immediately reacted. You win, come with me, well call it even. All right, Zhu Tui laughed. Brother Murong, my flying car broke down. Can I hitch a ride back to the city center? My King Fei told Luo Murong the moment he arrived. She handed Zhu Tui a cup of milk tea as she walked toward him. Student Zhu Tui, the weather is too hot. Furthermore, I have something urgent to attend to. Why not take a taxi here? I've already paid the fare. I'll take Brother Murong's car back to the city center, all right? My King Fei had tried to bribe Zhu Tui in order to take Luo Murong's car. At this moment, Zhu Tui had the resolve and understanding to be a shield. Miss, I'm sorry, I don't drink bubble tea. Also, I have something urgent to attend to. Murong has already promised me. Zhu Tui ignored my King Fei's murderous gaze after he said his piece and got onto the car first. Look, I promised him on the way here. Shall I call a tow truck for you? Luo Murong shrugged and said helplessly. There's no need, Brother Murong. I've already called him. A minute later, my King Fei, who had watched Luo Murong leave with Zhu Tui, pouted in anger. She took a determined step forward and got into a white repulsive force-flying car. She slammed the door shut and flew away. The rest of the day was a busy Sunday afternoon for Zhu Tui. He first contacted Liu Lan again, then rushed to the Neurology Research Center to complete the 3-hour experiment. He still did not notice anything special. Then, Zhu Tui rushed to the Genetic Research Institute number 14 and spent more than an hour in daily maintenance. He cleaned while making a call. Brother Chai, you promised me 3 meals. How about we have our first meal tonight? Zhu Tui first called Chai Zhao. No problem, Chai Zhao quickly agreed. Tell me, where do you want to eat? The friend I brought can eat a lot. Shall we have a buffet? Zhu Tui suggested. Chi, wouldn't it be a joke if I, Chai Zhao, only treated my brothers to a buffet? All right, you are not familiar with the capital. Let me book the place for tonight. I'll send you the location later. Brother Chai, no, I'm serious. Just make it cheap and affordable. Tsk, you're such a sissy. Keixio hung up the phone after he said that. Zhu Tui came to a conclusion after he thought about it for a while. Brother Chai might really be a tycoon. Then, he called Cheng Mo. Mosey, it's been a long time. I wonder how fat you have become. It's Sunday today, let's find a place to sit and talk. The other end of the line was silent for a moment. Then he said, Did you miss me? Scram, 7 o'clock, I'll send you the location later. All right.